Hello, comic friends. I'm Clark Parker for ComicsQuick, your fastest lap around the industry. Today's board, Avengers. Armageddon #1 is on shelves, and Marvel already told you who makes it out the other side. The Supergirl movie is 17 days out, and the cast is doing real work. And DC's Absolute Universe just hit a sales number that used to be impossible. With a spin-off so big, it bumped the flagship book at the printer. Let's get into it. We start at Marvel. Avengers. Armageddon #1 is out today. Chip Zdarsky opens in Latveria. The Red Hulk has seized Doctor Doom's homeland, and he is in full apocalypse mode before you hit page 3. Delio Diaz and Frank Alpizar are on art, and the scale is there. 5-issue series. That's the right call. Nobody needs a 9-part Armageddon. But the bigger story dropped alongside the launch. Marvel revealed the post-Armageddon Avengers lineup. New ongoing November 2026, Zdarsky writing with Marco Cicchetto on art. If you've seen Cicchetto's Daredevil, you know what this book is going to feel like before you read a word. The team, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and one mystery member. An all-new hero set to make their explosive debut. Marvel is calling them Earth's mightiest survivors. That framing is doing real work. No Thor, no Iron Man, no Cap in the announced seats. These are the characters who make it out. I think that's a genuinely interesting premise. Whoever's standing when Armageddon ends becomes your new universe anchor. And Zdarsky has already proven he can write Daredevil as a character who earns their weight. The Mystery 6 slot has me curious in a way that feels earned rather than gimmicky. One thing I'll put plainly, every copy of Armageddon #1 comes bundled with an exclusive Magic, the Gathering promo card, and Marvel flagged retailers the issue may be allocated because of it. So, using a trading card tie-in to juice first-issue orders, then telling shop owners they might not get enough copies. That's a headache handed to the very stores that keep this industry running. The comic doesn't need it. Act accordingly. Now DC, and specifically the movie side, because Supergirl hits theaters on June 26, and the promotional campaign finally landed in a way that converts skeptics. Millie Alcock is Kara Zor-El. If you watched House of the Dragon, you already know what she does with a character burning inside a role she didn't ask for. That maps directly. Craig Gillespie is directing, this is the Tanya guy, which means he understands characters who are capable and compromised at the same time. The casting wildcard? Jason Momoa as Lobo. Zero Aquaman energy. He's playing the main man completely without the wink. Brutal, physical, genuinely threatening. The costume design is a full departure from anything we've seen Lobo look like in live action. DC's bet is that the tonal anchor between Alcock and Momoa is where the film actually lives, and based on what's been released so far, that's a good bet. On the page, DC is leaning into the Supergirl moment hard. The Summer of Supergirl special is out this week. Supergirl. Survive launches as a new ongoing. Whether those tie-ins are worth your shelf space depends on how much Kara content you want right now. But the context is right. The movie window is real, and DC is not wasting it. And then, the Absolute Universe. Scott Snyder confirmed on June 8th that Absolute Batman #20 has sold over 500,000 copies to comic book stores. I want to sit with that for a second. 500,000. This is a brand new continuity that launched under 2 years ago. It had no legacy readers by definition. Every person who picked it up chose it on its own terms. That's not a lucky streak. That's a structural change in what a new comics launch can actually do. Absolute Catwoman #1 drops tomorrow, June 10th. Written by Che Grayson and Scott Snyder with Ben Gall on art. Ben Gall drawing Selina Kyle is correct on every level. Here's the detail that tells you exactly where this line is. Absolute Batman #21 is running late because the print run for Absolute Catwoman #1 was so large, it physically bumped the flagship at the printer. The spinoff is displacing the main series at production. That is a success problem and the best kind. All right, rapid fire. 3 smaller stories you need on your radar. First, My Adventures with Superman. Season 3 premieres this Saturday, June 13th, on Adult Swim before moving to HBO Max. Jack Quaid's Clark, Alice Lee's Lois, Ishmael Saheed's Jimmy. This season pulls from Reign of the Supermen, Cyborg Superman, Superboy Steel, with Lex Luthor in full ascent. Seasons 1 and 2 were quietly some of the most emotionally effective superhero animation in years. Saturday's premiere deserves your full attention. Second, Stan Lee's Spider-Man comics are on Kickstarter right now, and the campaign runs through June 26th. These are original scripts and concepts from Lee that never made it to print during his lifetime, now being developed with his estate into fully illustrated stories. If you have ever wanted something genuinely new from the guy who built half the Marvel Universe, Clover Press has you covered. Third, Batman Nightfall. Part 1 is debuting at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival, June 21st through June 27th. 78 minutes. Bane breaks the bat. This is the animated treatment Nightfall has never actually gotten at feature length. And Annecy is a serious festival, not a YouTube drop. Watch this space. That's the board. Armageddon is live and Marvel's post-event Avengers are already named. Earth's Mightiest Survivors, November 2026, Zdarsky and Chichetto. Supergirl is 17 days away with Millie Alcock and Momoa as Lobo doing something I didn't know I wanted. And the Absolute Universe just printed a spin-off so large it broke its own flagship schedule. Two questions. Who's the mystery sixth Avenger? Genuinely new character or a familiar face in a new costume? And does Momoa's Lobo change what you think DC's movie universe can do with legacy characters? Drop it in the comments, subscribe so tomorrow's report hits your feed. Go support your local comic shop, grab those pre-orders, and keep reading comics. I've been Clark Parker for ComicsQuick. See you in the next one.